Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. Today we're going to make a card that's in this style. So I'll just flip these two open so that you can see how different they look at the front, and yet they're both created in using the same method. Now the only die I've used is the 5x7 card and box die set, and that's just to create the card base. So the colour scheme for today's card is taken from this vintage notes paper pad, and this is one I've had for a long time, and I bought this from the pound shop. Now although it's cheap, it's just £1, the paper is really good quality, and it's a 200 GSM. There are some beautiful patterns in it. Now you may not be able to get this exact one, but have a look in your local pound shop. You're sure to find some really pretty papers in there. So you need to choose your 3 colours and decide which is going on the back of your card, on the inside, which is going to go on the front, and which will be the side panels. So it's entirely up to you. But the first thing we're going to do is make a little mark halfway in this card. Now this really is the only measuring that I'm going to do on this card. So we know that this is a 5x7, so I'm just going to make a little mark at 2.5. Now if you open this out, you need to decide how far down this card you want to come. Now for this card I've gone right from the top down to this point on both sides, just scoring it. On this one I've come down by a few inches, a couple of inches, and I've made my marks there, and I've scored it from there down to there, and then we'll decide where we want the other marks when we've done that. So let's just mark this now from the top right down to that centre line. And we'll do the same on the other side, from the point up to the top, along there. Now the second set of marks will determine this size of this panel here. So for this one I'm going to come down 3 inches. You can come down whatever size you want. We'll make it 3.5 inches there. But whatever you do on this side, you're going to do on this side. So there's our 3.5 inch mark. And this is all the measuring we're needing. So from this point up to that mark that you've just made, just draw a very faint line. And that's just to help you with the scoring. Now once you've got those marks on there, you need a scoreboard. So I'm going to place this mark on a channel, and I'm going to make sure that the point comes down into the channel at the bottom, and I'm just going to score that really well all the way down. Then keeping that in the channel, I'm going to move that across so that that's now in that channel, and we still have the point at the bottom. And again, I'm going to score that really well. Now once you've done that side, you're going to repeat this process on this side. So we're going to have this in the channel and that at the top. And we're going to score down there right the way to the bottom, and then keeping that in the channel, move that across and line those up, and now you can score that again. So as long as they all come down to this point, you're going to have a really nice shape to your card. Now once you've done that, I'm going to remove the pencil lines. This is now the front of our card. We're going to fold back the longest score line, and we're going to do the same on both sides. So we're just going to fold that all the way back and we'll use a bone folder to get a really nice crease. And then with the other 2 marks, you're going to fold those to the outside of your card. And again, make a really nice crease in that. So if you look now, you've got one folded back and one folded forward. And we'll do the same on this side. And there is your, it's called an arrow card. So there it is, all nicely shaped and ready to be decorated. So decide which of these you want for your back piece, and I think we'll put the spotty one in the back. So I'm just going to lay that down with a nice border just around the 2 edges, and I'm coming just in from the outside edge and making a little mark, and coming up from the bottom edge and making another little mark, and then I'm going to trim that out. And once I've done that, I have a nice panel that sits in the back of my card and leaves just a small border around 2 sides. Now let's do this front piece. Now decide which of these you want for your front piece and put the good side down. Now with this, put your top edge on your card so that it's nice and level, and then with your pencil you're just going to lift that back and trace that all the way down. And now you can cut that out with your trimmer. Now once you've cut that piece out, sit it onto your panel that you've cut it for, and leaving a small border around each of the sides, and I'm just going to make a small mark across here. Now this is the only measuring I do. I'm not into 1/8 of an inch and 1/16 of an inch. I get totally lost with all that. So this for me is the easiest way I can do it. So there's my panel that will sit on the front of my card. So at the moment now we have this. Now we need to do something with these. You can either leave them as they are, you can stamp a pattern onto them if you wish, or you can use your other piece of card to create this bit. So what I'm going to do with this now is turn my card over, and I'm going to lay this down in the corner, and I'm just going to make little marks on it where the card finishes. And I'm going to do exactly the same with this piece. So we'll open this piece out, we'll make little marks on the card, and now we can cut those out with the trimmer. You can rule them in if you want to, but I'm just going to wing it with my trimmer. So I'm going to put this centre mark on my line, and that lined up there, and we'll trim that down. And then we'll do exactly the same on this side. Put your point on your cutting line, bring your edge onto the other line and trim. And that then will fit on there and leave a small border. And you're going to do exactly the same with this piece on that side. So now we can glue all these into place on our card. Now once you've got to this stage, you can add a little bit of glue under there and under there, and you can just glue those in place. And then if you flip it over, you can add some glue along there and there, and that will hold everything in place. So there now is the front of your card, and that will stand for you ready to send. But we're going to decorate it first. Now in my box of glitter card, I've found this beautiful purple glitter card, and so I'm going to cut Happy Birthday from that glitter card, and I'm going to add it to my base. This Happy Birthday die comes in two parts. You have the back if you want to use that, you have the words. Now I cut the words in the purple glitter card to add to my card, but it doesn't show up very much, so I'm not happy with that. So I used the back of the die and I cut a base, and then I used this paper here to cut the words, and that's going to be added there, and that fits on my card a lot better than the other one did. So that's what I'm going to use. So to decorate the card, I've found a little pearl flourish. It's only part of one, but that's all I need just to add to my card. The birthday sentiment is going to go up there at the top with some foam pads underneath it. I've got a little banner that says "Sent with Love," and I'm just going to cut a fishtail into this. And I've also found a little butterfly that we can add down there at the bottom. So I'm going to glue these in place now, and then I'll come back to you with the finished card. So I've added in my flowers and I've put some glitter on them just to make them a little bit more luxurious. There's the finished card. These are the other looks to the card that I've created. So there we have 3 cards that all look slightly different. This one's panels at the bottom are slightly bigger than this one, depending on the measurements that you put in. This one is completely different because I've started making the V further down the card. They've all been decorated with flowers and diamantes or pearls that I've found in my stash. I've used the Happy Birthday sentiment on these 2 and the Thinking of You on this one. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one. And why not subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, and you'll always know when I upload a new video. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.